Hello and welcome to today's video. In this video, I decided to do something really fun and really different. Today I decided to recreate Monica and Rachel's apartment from Friends in The Sims 4. This was such a fun challenge and I really enjoyed it. I'm a big fan of Friends. So if you enjoy, please make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to follow me on my Twitch, I do stuff like this all the time. I'm so open to taking suggestions. So yeah, if you want to follow me there, then I would really appreciate it. And without any further ado, let's get into the video. So I filmed this video in the 19 Culpeper house, which is probably one of the best apartments. I love all of the Culpeper houses. I just think they're great apartments. They're such good sizes, and this one was definitely the best one for this build. I've seen a lot of people do these videos, and some people just create their own shape and, do it that way. But I just wanted to do it on the pre-made apartment. One, because I really like the apartments in The Sims. I feel like they're really fun, and I love when they're actually apartments and not lots that look like apartments. But I definitely understand why people do it the other way, because you can make it look however you want. It can be any shape you want, and it's probably the better way to do it, honestly. I definitely want to retry and do this apartment, but by doing it that way, because I think that would be so fun. And I'm actually thinking about creating some videos where I just create apartments. Of course, they're like apartments, they won't actually work, but I still think they're so fun. And yeah, that's something I just really, really want to do. So hopefully that's something you guys would want to see. But yeah, this is me starting off by doing the kitchen, which it wasn't too difficult, but it did really bother me how annoying this was to do. By that I mean, for some reason my Sims 4 kept deleting all of my clutter objects, and it was annoying. Every single time I tried to change a wall or move a wall or delete a wall, it deleted all my clutter items. I had to put them all back in, and it was so annoying. But it still ended up looking super cute. I just added them all back in and tried not to get super frustrated with the game, because I actually really enjoyed this build. It was super peaceful and relaxing to do. I felt like, I wasn't on a time limit and I could just kind of do what I wanted to do. And yeah, this is why I love speed builds so much. I feel like when I do videos on my Twitch, I'm very like under pressure to do it in a set amount of time. But when I'm doing videos like this for my YouTube, I can kind of chill. I can just relax. I can film the video, and then I know that I can just do a nice voiceover, and it's just so much easier for me. I feel like it really helps my builds look better. I think if I didn't do voiceovers, my builds wouldn't be as good, because I would be too focused on talking and they just wouldn't come out as good. So yeah, I really like these styles of videos. Hopefully you like them as well. Yeah, as I said, I've watched a lot of people do them. And there's another YouTuber called Sims Lacey, and she's amazing. She's really good at building, and she also done hers in the 19 Culpeper house, and it looks amazing. So you should definitely go check her out. She's great at building, and yeah, I definitely got a lot of inspiration from her. So yeah, I would definitely recommend just checking her out, because she's really cool. I watch her all the time. She's amazing at building. I think she done this quite a while ago, like 2 years ago, so there was a lot less items back then to use. I feel like now we have a lot more. There's a lot better range. But yeah, so the way I done this kitchen was I decided to pick color over style. So there was other countertops that did suit the style more, but these ones were like the exact color from the show. So I decided to go for these ones. I wanted the color to be accurate, so I went for that, and I thought this worked really well. I really like the color. I think it looks super good. And yeah, I was a big fan. Now, because I've done this build now, I am really intrigued in doing other apartments, like not even just from Friends, but from other shows. I'm a big fan of like everything. So I would love to do like the How I Met Your Mother apartment, the Big Bang Theory apartment, even like who else lives in an apartment? I don't know. What else do I watch? What other sitcoms exist? I don't even know. Um, but yeah, like I love all of those, and I feel like it would be really cool to kind of recreate stuff like that. Yeah, that's definitely something you're gonna have to let me know in the comments below if you would want to see, because I have your interest at heart. I want to do what you find entertaining as well as what I find enjoyable. So if that's something you think you would want to see, then please let me know because I'm more than happy to do something like that. I mean, playing The Sims is what I enjoy doing. So being able to do it for longer periods of time and have an excuse, yeah, please. I am okay with that. Something really embarrassing I need to tell you. I actually already filmed this and I went for like 18 minutes and I realized my mic was not on. And oh, the actual fear in my eyes, I was like, you're joking. I have just spoke for 18 minutes for absolutely no reason. I'm talking at 2 in the morning. No reason. No reason. Just being loud for nothing. So these cubes were actually perfect for the kitchen. I had a look at them and I was like, hey, wait, these could work. And I used them and I am so happy with how they turned out. I think they look so good. So I really like them. I know it's not 100% accurate because in Friends it doesn't look like this and the shelf next to it is actually blue, but I could not find a blue shelf. Not one that looked good anyway, I was trying my best, but I couldn't find one that was matching the vibes, so I went for this, and honestly, I think it works. I think it looks really good. I really liked how it turned out. This is me putting a curtain on the cabinet. It actually took me a great amount of time to do this because it just wouldn't sit right, and I was sitting there like, please just rotate properly. But we got there. It looks pretty cute. Because in the actual Friends build, they have like a little curtain there, but the only pack I know that has a shelf like that I've got is the Cottage Living one, and the Cottage Living didn't have any similar coloured counters. They had blue and they had green, but they didn't have like the aqua kind of colour, and the blue they did have just, I don't know, I didn't think it matched. I guess you could have used it, definitely. It wouldn't have been a bad choice, but I had already settled on this counter and I was not going to change it now. I was like, you know what? I think that looks good. We're just going to leave it. I added these little shelves and I wondered if I should have added more, but all the photos I was looking at, there was only like 2 platforms. I don't know if that's right. The way I was looking at it in the photo, it looked like there was only 2, so I just put in 2. But I actually loved how it looked. I loved how the beams worked and just how it connected. I thought it looked so nice. I really wanted to use this massive table, but it wouldn't let me because the chairs wouldn't go in the right place and it wouldn't look right. So I was like, no, I'm gonna have to use a tiny table. But I actually think I like the tiny table more. It takes up a lot less room, and I actually think it's more accurate to the actual show. At first I was like, I'm pretty sure they have a big table, and they do. Like, there's an episode where they play poker and the table is huge. But I don't know, I guess it just, you know what, they could still play poker on that. It's fine, it works, it's good. So I'm just gonna leave it there. I was happy with how it looked. Now, there's a lot of places in this apartment that change. So in some episodes, like, the chairs are different and they kind of swap around. In some episodes, there's a part of the house where there's a desk, but sometimes it's not a desk, sometimes it's an ottoman, sometimes it's just a unit. So these were things that I kind of had to choose what I wanted to do and decide, do I want this, do I want that? But I did a good job, I think. It worked pretty well what I done anyway. Yeah, so I just kind of chose what I thought was best. So if it kind of made sense for there to be a desk, I would just put a desk. But yeah, there's a whole side of the room that you don't really see in the show. I say you don't see it, you do end up seeing it, but it's just blank. It's just like a big empty space. And I know that it is a big empty space because, one, it's a set, and two, there are so many episodes where they have parties, and when they put out all of the party food, there's tables right at the back of the apartment that you wouldn't normally see. So for these areas, I actually did fill them in. I thought it looked better filled in than if I would just leave it plain and put a few tables. I don't know, I feel like it flowed better for me to add my own rooms and have it look better that way. So I did end up doing that, and I think it looks super cute. But yeah, although it's not super accurate, you do not see that side of the apartment ever really. And yeah, I just felt really weird leaving it a big blank space, so I done my best to just kind of make it work. Now, something about this build that was kind of sad is the rooms end up being so small. This is because I don't know if you can tell, but when I built the kitchen, I brought it out one space, and that's because in the actual friend's apartment, that's how it looks. So it kind of comes out one, and then it's um, but because I'd done this, I lost a whole square of space, which doesn't seem like a lot until you go to the bedrooms and you realise you cannot fit a double bed. So I had to put single beds in the bedrooms, which, you know, I was kind of upset about because I felt like I could have made it look really cute with the double beds. I felt like I could have really designed the rooms and put them quite accurate to how they are in the show. But at the same time, this was my first time doing something like this, and I was really happy with how the main area and how the kitchen turned out. So I felt like, do you know what? If the bedrooms aren't going to look amazingly accurate, at least get the kitchen and the living room right, because those are the iconic parts of the show. You know, I mean, people know what the bathroom and what the the bedrooms look like, but everyone knows what the living room looks like and what the kitchen looks like. So those were my main priorities. So I'm sorry if this annoys you. I'm sorry if, like, you know, it kind of bothers you that it's not right and that it's quite small rooms. I understand that completely because they are really small, and it kind of bothered me and it kind of upset me, but I'm still happy with how the build looked, and I was really proud of it. And I did try and do the best I could. I still gave it their personalities without it um being a huge room. But yeah, I did try and make Rachel's room a little bit bigger at the end, just because I had a bit of extra space. So I tried that, but here's me putting in the double beds and realizing I have no room. Now, I definitely could have made it bigger, but the only way this could have happened is if I made the hallway leading up to the green door smaller. And although this would have worked, I really just didn't like how it looked. The green door area I feel like looks so good with the two space, and also in the show it's got like a nice little cabinet next to it, and I wanted to get all of that right. And also this is where the window is, like this is where the window where they get outside is, so I wanted this to be a nice accurate area. So even though the rooms are small, I felt like to make that bit just look good was worth it. Now, something really good about this build. We have just recently received the high school years pack, which has been such a great pack. I've been really enjoying it, definitely for the build items. The build items are amazing, probably one of my favorite packs for building. And one of the things we received was an easy exit window, and that is actually perfect for this build, because I don't know if you remember, but on the balcony in Friends, there's a window that they all exit out of. They all get out that way by going through the window. And you know, normally you would just like have to put a door to kind of recreate something like this, but because we now have this window, it's actually functional and they can get out the window and get onto the balcony. And I love this. I really want to see it in action. I think I really want to like try it out and see how it works. But yeah, I just love this. I thought it was so good, and I was so happy that I remembered that we had it, because otherwise I would have just placed a door and it, you know, it still would have been cute. But I think the fact that we have the window just brought it all together and made it 10 times better, and I was obsessed. Something about the living area, I need to put this out there. The cabinet is not even. Like in the show, the cabinet is much closer to Monica's room than it is the table in the middle. I know, you would think it would be like dead in the center. It's not. It's like to the side, because near the center of the table is actually Rachel's door to her room. and then the the cabinet's kind of pushed up. So I originally do put it in the middle, and then I end up moving it up. So if you're like, hey, that looks really uneven, I promise that is how it looks in the show. I didn't just make it up and decide, yeah, I'm just gonna put it up here. Like, that is genuinely how it looks. But yeah, it's super cute either way. And yeah, this is me adding the little unit to the hall, which I loved. Now I did try and size down some of these end tables because they are all huge. I don't know if you've noticed this, but all the end tables are like massive. Like, I feel like they are all gigantic, and none of them were vibing with me. I was like, why are they so big? So yeah, yeah. I tried to like kind of move them out of the way. I tried to kind of size them down, but you know, it wasn't really working. So I went for a really small one and it ended up looking good. So yeah, I liked it. I thought it looked cute. Now, this rug was there for a reason. I actually sized up this rug because I don't know if you remember, there's an episode in Friends where pretty much Chandler cleans the apartment for Monica. This is when Monica and Chandler are living together, not Monica and Rachel. But I think, you know, the rug would be there either way. He cleans the apartment for Monica, and she comes back, and Ross essentially is like, she is gonna be raging. You did not put everything back exactly where you found it. And she comes back and she's like, why does the room look like this? And like, him and Ross spend forever trying to size up the rug with the TV stand, and then with the back of the couch. And I just remembered this while I was doing it, and I was like, hey, we need to put that in there. I need to make sure it's in the exact right position, which I did, and I think it is. But yeah, I thought this was really funny, and the rug was actually pretty accurate. But yeah, as you can see, I did put the door right in front of the table thing, right in front of the sofa, where I feel like people don't realize it is there, but it is. It's like right in front. So yeah, I don't know if it changes. Maybe it changes throughout the show, and sometimes it's further back or not. I don't know. I don't know if that's something that would change because it's like a fixed set, but and I wouldn't expect that part of it to change. But I have no idea. Maybe it did. Maybe it did. I don't know. No, I actually ended up loving the green door area, and I think the reason for this is because so all the walls are like pretty bland, you know, they're purple, and then they have their white doors, which is really cute, really nice. But I feel like the green door being there, it just added such a pop. And it just made the whole room look so much nicer, and I don't know, I just loved it. And the wallpaper I picked is not exact. I could not find one that was exactly like the shows, but I still think the one I picked really worked and really looked cute. Now this is the clutter closet. I don't know how big a fan you guys are, but there is an episode in Friends where we find out what is in this closet, and it turns out that Monica puts all of her mess in there, and it's such a mess. And like, Joey and Chandler are like, what is in here? And they're spending the whole episode trying to figure out what's in there. And then they find out, well, Chandler finds out that it is Monica's clutter closet. And, you know, he asks like, oh, can I put my stuff in there? And she's like, I'm afraid you might mess it up. And that's such a cute episode. I always remember it. I feel like it's so funny, and it makes a lot of sense because I mean, how is she so clean? She must have an outlet, and that cupboard is her outlet. This is me actually trying to change the kitchen around just so that the bedrooms could be bigger, but I honestly just loved the way the kitchen came out, and I didn't want to change it. So I changed my mind so fast. I was like, no, it's not happening. It's not happening. I just had to leave it the same. I'm sorry. Sorry to disappoint. I'm sorry that the bedrooms are so small. But yeah, as I said, I'm probably going to be recreating this eventually where I have it built myself. So that will get rid of that issue. Now, this is the part that I was confused at because I remember there being an ottoman, like so distinctively, because there's an episode where Rachel and Phoebe are looking for the presents, and they end up looking inside the ottoman for the presents, and that's where they are. And they like knock on it, realize it's hollow, and they find the presents. And then Monica gets really upset about this. I also remember that there is a unit with stuff on it. And I feel like more people remember the unit with stuff on it than people remember the ottoman. And when I'm thinking about it, I think the ottoman is like slightly to the side of the unit, but I couldn't fit the apartment that way. Like I couldn't have that extra space just because the apartment is that small. So I went for an ottoman first, and then I thought it's probably more accurate to have the unit. So I just went for the unit. I thought it worked. It looked cute. And more people probably do remember it that way, so that's just what I went for. Now the bathroom we see it quite a few times, and the main time I can think of is when Rachel is pregnant, and also when Chandler has a bath and like is obsessed with baths and they like find out that well, they think that Joey fancies feet. So those are like all the times you see the bathroom. So I tried to do it as close as I could, but the door wasn't in the right place. Like in the actual show, the door is on the other side from the bath, but I couldn't exactly move the room around because that is the kitchen. So yeah, it's just kind of, it is what it is. And, you know, I'd done the best I could with what I had, but I still think it's very accurate, even though it's not 100% how it would look. It's all the same colors. I put the bath and stuff in the same place. So yeah, it really worked. This is me doing the side of the apartment that you don't really see. As I said, like you do see a bit of it, but it's like a few tables and that's it. So I decided to put a closet, a bookshelf, and an extra bathroom. I thought it made sense to put an extra bathroom because if you want to use this apartment, it would actually be helpful. You would have two that you can use. So I went for that, and I actually put a extra closet in Rachel's room, which I thought was a nice idea just because, you know, she likes fashion and stuff, and I guess it's not completely accurate to the show, but I couldn't make the bedrooms as big as I wanted to, so this was my easiest way of kind of doing that. I did add the big picture above the TV. Of course, I couldn't find the perfect one because that wouldn't be possible, but I done the best I could, and as you can see, the unit I put down is not centered. It's not insanely out of range like it is in the show, but I didn't want to put it like really far away and have it look super odd, so I just done what I could. Now this is me doing the balcony, which was really fun. I really enjoyed doing the balcony. But the thing is, in the show, there's not much on the balcony. There's a ladder, and there's I think like a chair maybe. There's not much. All I remember, the main thing I remember from the balcony is Ross getting attacked by a cat. It's like one of the funniest scenes is Ross getting attacked by that cat. It is just so funny. I know it's my mum's favorite scene from the show, and yeah, there's a lot of scenes on the balcony, mainly to do with Rachel, honestly. But yeah, so I just kind of had to make it up because the balcony, one, is not this big in Friends, and two, you don't really see it. So yeah, there's like nothing on it. It's very empty. So yeah, I just done what I could, and I really, really liked how it turned out. So this is actually the end of the build, so I'm going to do a little overview of the rooms, but I really hope you enjoyed, and as I said, if you want to see more stuff like this, then please let me know because I have loved doing them. It has been so exciting, so fun, probably one of my favourite builds that I've ever done. So thank you so much, and I will see you next time. Bye!